Hi, this is Ryan at Flat Creek Plant Farm. Today I want to talk to you about some pruning tools, some of my favorite pruning tools. In fact, for the 4 tools you need to do 99% of all your pruning tasks. It's mid-November right now, so it's a great time to start doing your pruning for the season. All the way through the winter is great. Except for certain shrubs that bloom in the early to mid spring. Those you want to, if you're trying to save the blooms, you want to wait on those until after they're done blooming and then cut them, prune them right before summer. That way it has the whole season to grow for its next year, because if you do that now, you're cutting off all that growth that's about to be blooms. So without further ado, the 4 tools. So we'll start with the bypass pruners. These are Felco's. They're pretty expensive. I'd suggest Harbor Freight. It's got a knockoffs are usually under $15. I've got a bunch of them. Then we have I guess this is a pruning saw would be the name of it. It's folding. This green one here is also from Harbor Freight. Don't spend a lot on them. You just want to replace them every couple of years or so as they start to dull. No big deal, so I keep mine pretty cheap. They are also very handy for cutting root systems if you're digging up plants. So have one of these handy using it in the ground, you really want to use a knockoff, cheap variety because that ground in the dirt will dull that blade pretty fast. So 80% of your jobs, these 2 tools, and they can be pretty cheap. So under $50, and you've got most, I'd say 80%. For the next 15%, this guy, handy dandy 6-inch electric saw. This has been a game changer for me this year, and highly recommend it. They're a bit expensive, so you don't need to get one right away. Wait till you have the budget for it, or go ahead and try one of those from Harbor Freight. I think they're, or Amazon, those kind of places tend to run sales. Get a cheap one. I like Milwaukee, or I think it is kind of worth splurging, but I have not explored the cheapies on that. So that will get you 95% of the jobs. In fact, I would say that if you got those 3 things, you're pretty well set, and you could get a professional to do the bigger jobs and the larger branches, because the 4th tool would be a full-on gas chainsaw. This is a Craftsman, another good brand I like a lot that's pretty reasonably priced. That is fully optional. If you don't feel like dealing with that, you could try for maybe a bigger version of these, or just get a professional to do some pruning for you. So I hope that helps. If you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button or check us out at flatcreekplantfarm.com.